Hello. We having fun tonight, yeah? Yeah, good. Okay. So I'm running this place you're in for about 10 years. And when you run a business in Malaysia, you get very much used to fill out forms for the government all the time. And there's always this one question that comes up after a while. It's like nationality. And strangely enough, German is never an option. So I have to tick the box where it says line, or when it's in English, other. So this becomes a very natural thing over the years. You don't even think about it. So then I was flying to the United States, and when you go into the United States, you have to fill out a landing form, right? So they ask you all these stupid questions like, are you a terrorist? Of course, right? And then it comes to nationality, so I wrote down other. And then I realized, I know from experience that the border people in the United States really don't like it when you write something down on the landing embarkation card or whatever you want to call it, and you cross it out, you delete it, and then write something else next to it. They really don't like that. And I didn't want to fill out a new form right away, so I thought like, okay, let's try this. So I had written down others, so I put down a comma, and then wrote significant. So I go off to the immigration and I pass in my passport and the landing card, and the guy looks at the landing card and he starts ticking off, and suddenly he freezes. And he looks at me and he takes my landing card and he goes, "What do you think you are? Comedian?" And I thought, wow, I didn't know that they heard about me in the States already. Yeah. Okay, I'm a member of the La comedy band. And oh yeah, that's good. Okay guys, so last Valentine's Day we had a group show, and it was staged up as a Valentine's dinner in a restaurant. Nice tables of 2 people, romantic, lovebirds and everything. And afterwards, comedy show. And there were some golden moments in that show. One of our comedians, it's Valentine's Day, he came up on stage and he looked into the audience and he asked the question, he said, "Do we have any couples tonight?" Fucking Valentine's Day, what did you think? And then Garu came on stage. For the guys who don't know this, Garu is our comedian from Bangladesh. And he talked about Chap Gomei, right? So for the guys in here who don't know what Chap Gomei is, that's in Penang. That's a holy day. It's a festival where the unmarried women take oranges and they write their phone number on the oranges and then they throw them into the sea. And what should happen is that then the guys go after the oranges and see the phone number and call the phone number and arrange a date. Right. So now imagine this. Garu is standing on stage as a Bangladeshi and he says like, "On Chap Gomei, all my fellow countrymen go into a feeding frenzy because they need to eat. So they take all the oranges out of the sea and they eat them." And you should have seen the facial expression of the Chinese girls in the audience. They were like, "Wow! That's why nobody calls me." That was golden, precious. Everything else says MasterCard. It really was amazing. Yeah, Penang is a strange place, right? So the week before, I walked through the crowds of Thaipusam, and it reminded me of something. So decades ago, when I was backpacking through Southeast Asia, there was always somebody coming up to me and saying, "Oh, you fat man, you're rich." So I was walking through the crowds of Thaipusam. I suddenly felt really, really good. I felt so slim. I never felt that way since I was lying on a beach in a colony of sea lions. Yeah. Things have changed. Now suddenly everybody is rich, right? Yeah. But staying with Penang, you can see very weird things in Penang sometimes. So when you walk on Julia Street, for example, you can see, if you're lucky, you can see like a 5-year-old child clasping the hand of the mother, walking down the street, and that child is not eating and is not fat. That is weird. What's also weird is that you sometimes see Caucasian backpackers going the street without a visible tattoo. So what I like to do when I'm in Julia Street, I do tourist backpacker spotting. Okay? The locals here might think that all the Caucasians look the same, but you can really spot the difference. So how do you spot, for example, an Australian backpacker? He is still hungover at 4 p.m. How do you spot an English backpacker? He's already drunk at 4 p.m. And how do you spot an Asian backpacker? Just kidding. And then one day I saw something really, really, really strange. It was midnight on Love Lane, and I spotted a male Caucasian who was sober. Well, he had a handicap. He was with girlfriend, and boy was she drunk. And now I fucked up the joke because I forgot something. How could I forget this? I'm German, okay? How do you spot a German backpacker? It's easy. The woman walks 3 steps in front of the man with a guidebook. That is true, actually. And none of them smiles. So I saw this sober Caucasian with his girlfriend, and she was so drunk. She was kneeling in the middle of Love Lane, and he was holding her hair back, and she was puking. And I thought, she must be Australian. But no, I saw she was clutching her guidebook. So, thank you very much tonight for coming, guys. This show was sponsored by Semtex. Semtex, the leading manufacturer of plastic explosives. Tried and tested on construction sites, Malaysian airlines, and Mongolian mistresses.